Hey guys, and welcome back to chapter 4 of The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. And first and foremost, I want you to buy the book, okay? There's a link in the description. I don't get paid for it. It's just a link to Amazon. Buy it or get it through your library like I did, okay? Support this guy because this book is so powerful, all right? So today we're on chapter 4. It's called The Lucid Self. And basically the gist of what is going on right now is we've identified consciousness as this two-piece entity in our brain. The first is the thing that's talking, analyzing, taking in information and trying to put two together and always basically running in your brain. And then the other thing is the awareness of those twos getting added together and the talking and the chatty Cathiness and all that stuff, but being aware of that thing. And we've talked about, anthropomorphizing it into some entity and just being like, holy shit, this thing is neurotic. How the hell do I shut it up? But this chapter is basically talking about how, yes, you can now start to control it. So I'm going to share with you guys a paragraph that I really found impactful and I want to talk about it, okay? So it goes, to begin with, consciousness has the ability to do what is called focus. It is part of the nature of consciousness. The essence of consciousness is awareness. The awareness has the ability to become more aware of one thing and less aware of something else. In other words, it has the ability to focus itself on certain objects. The teacher says, concentrate on what I'm saying. What does that mean? It means focus your consciousness on one place. Teachers figure you know how to do that. Who taught you how to do that? What class in high school taught you how to take your consciousness and move it somewhere in order to focus on something? Nobody taught you this. It was intuitive and natural. You've always known how to do it. So I ran a meditation class, and in that meditation class, one of the things that I help people do is to start moving their awareness. So if I tell you, be aware of the foot, you'd be like, wow, yeah, my foot's on the floor. It's on a hard thing. My other foot is on top of it right now because my legs are crossed. And yeah, I'm aware that it's encased by the sock. Like, you can move your awareness to certain parts of the body. And you can also move it to processes of the body. So you can start to focus on your breath, the expansion and the contraction of your lungs, the cool air coming in and out of your mouth, through your nose. You can start to bring awareness to processes of the body. But then you can also bring your consciousness to outside of the body, to things that are in the big picture. So I know I'm in a room. I know my kitchen's that way. I know the parking lot's that way. I know my bedroom's that way. I know the stairs are that way or that way. I don't know. Point is that you can be aware of things on a whole. But now I get to focus on it because I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking at the screen to make sure that I'm in the shot, that I'm very hyper-focused on what's in front of me so that I can, just be engaging and talking about it. I'm also aware of the thing that I'm doing, that I'm talking, that I'm processing and giving you guys an analysis of things and having this conversation with myself, but ultimately with the people who watch this video. Now, is there more to consciousness? Absolutely. So I just actually watched a video that there are many types of consciousness. 1 is when you're awake. 2 is when you're asleep. 3 is when you're dreaming. And 4 is the consciousness at large. It's the connection with higher power, source, God, however you decide to call him or her or them, whatever. Point is that there's another type of consciousness about beingness, about the awareness that this book is talking about. So your consciousness, you can move it around. You can focus it. And the reason that it's called the lucid self, the lucid self, is because you're aware that you're awake. Just like a lucid dream. If you were dreaming and you had the dream and you were aware that you were dreaming, then you would know that I'd be able to control this thing. I can do this, I can do that. So there's another form of consciousness. So when you're lucidly conscious in the awake world, then you can also control the surroundings that are here. Now, this brings into the conversation manifestation. Now, manifestation is that people believe that, I believe I am super wealthy and tomorrow you win the lottery and get $5 billion. That's not how manifestation typically works. The way manifestation typically works is the awareness of your actions, of your choices. So, for instance, let's say that you do want to become wealthy and you have an inspired action to be able to start a business in window washing, whatever. I don't know, just start some business, okay? So you start coming to the awareness of, okay, how can I be uniquely qualified to do this? So you start meditating, you start becoming aware, and you start thinking, okay, well, I like it this way, I'm gonna do it this way. And you start to carve out a path that is unique to you, which is why you would be successful, because the path is unique to you. Now, that being said, is that you can't just be like, oh, I want to be rich, and then you're going to get this multi-million-dollar idea and that it's going to be working out and it's going to be perfect. What it is going to do is going to lead you down the path that's going to get you to where you want to be. But it's also going to expose the things about you that are preventing you from becoming rich. Whoa, what does that mean? So now that you have this awareness, it's like, okay, I want to be rich and I want to start this cleaning business and I want to do this, but I'm terribly fucking shy. I don't ever want to leave my house. And to wash windows, you got to leave the house. That's something that you have to confront. You can't be a window washer from the seat of your couch. So those are things that you come up with. So these are things that you have to work on. These are things that you have, the fears and the self-limiting beliefs that you have that come up when you decide that you want to manifest, now that you have awareness. So it's much more than just being aware that you're aware of awareness. It is a whole world out there that can be exposed once you're aware that you're aware of awareness. So I really like that paragraph because what it does, it sets the stage for you to understand that your awareness is something natural, is something a part of you. You've been able to do it your whole life, and you're going to be able to do it for the rest of your life. It's focusing on something. But what level of focus is it that you're focusing on? Well, check it out next time, and we'll get deeper into that, okay? So if you guys want to buy the book, check the link in the description. Again, I make no money from it. I've also put a link to my book, which is a book about journaling. Journaling has been paramount to my own spiritual journey, and I highly recommend it. I give you guys different tips, tricks, and techniques to be able to do that. I'm also going to link my podcast because I'm a boatload of fun, and you should check me out there. Okay? Love you guys.